Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your AACVPR President, Dean Deersing.
Hello and welcome to the final day of the AACVPR 36th Annual Meeting. I hope you've made the most of the live sessions, networking fun, and virtual conversations this week. As a reminder, this online event platform will remain accessible through December 31st. So although the fun ends today, the learning doesn't. Log back on and watch session recordings and maximize your CEUs before it closes on December 31st. Today, we'll close the annual meeting with an inspiring keynote presentation from my friend Ash Walker. But first, we have some important business to take care of. First, I want to thank you, the general membership, for your commitment to cardiac and pulmonary rehab, the organizations you work for, and the patients you serve. I also want to thank the 2020-2021 Board of Directors. Your leadership is extraordinary. I've been humbled to serve alongside you. Additionally, thank you to Executive Director Molly Corbett and the entire AACVPR staff. There is no way this entire year happens without each of you and our volunteer leaders and volunteers. Your service is greatly valued and needed. To all, thank you for your support, guidance, and ultimately your service over the past year. Each of you have made an impact on me personally, and I'm truly appreciative of all you have done. I would be remiss if I didn't recognize a few other really important people who made a huge sacrifice to support me over the last 12 months. First, my work family, the leaders I work with at University Medical Center in Lubbock, Texas, our physical medicine and rehabilitation team, as well as our cardiac rehab and pulmonary rehab team. All have been greatly supportive of me. They have been flexible, encouraging, and supporting throughout my service. I'm truly humbled to work with such an amazing work family. Thank you. Next, if I mentioned them all, the list would be long. All of my cardiac and pulmonary rehab mentors, colleagues, and friends, thank you for your continual support and encouragement. Your emails, texts, and phone calls have served as continual energy for me. Lastly, to my family, Gentry, Trevor, and Grant, the sacrifice each of you make to allow me to serve this organization and profession is noticed and appreciated. Thank you for loving me and supporting me unconditionally. I truly wish you were here with me in person, but I know you're thinking about me, praying for me, and supporting me from afar. I love each of you. Every year, the AACVPR annual meeting marks the transition of leadership of our association. It has been a tremendous honor to serve you as your president for the past year. Today, I'm proud to introduce you to the 2021-2022 president, Dr. Amy Knight. Amy is the Director of Psychology and Associate Professor at the Department of Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation at University of Alabama, Birmingham. As a clinical neuropsychologist, she covers inpatients on the Spain Rehabilitation Stroke Service with follow-up care. Amy says that working with stroke patients has given her a deep appreciation of the need for preventative care and a more holistic model of medicine. Her work has been influenced by education provided by AACVPR and her involvement with our psychosocial and nutritional experts group. She is a longtime contributor to AACVPR affiliate and annual meetings and also contributed a Roadmap to Reform webinar. She's previously volunteered her time on the Program Planning Committee and Outcome Measures Task Force. A few personal notes about Amy. First off, Board of Directors dinners will not be the same thanks to Amy. With her transition to a completely plant-based diet, you can guarantee we will be 100% heart healthy. Amy is a true neuropsychologist. She completely invests her life in the assessment of others. On many Zoom calls, she is often reading backgrounds and making assessments on their surroundings. She will often call out the donut pictures or any art in the background and psychoanalyze meeting attendees. Additionally, Amy can be known as quite the chef. She can cook some mean tater tots, and often our president's calls consisted of a brief break to allow her culinary skills to shine and check on the tots. All joking aside, Amy is faithfully committed to her work and family. Her love for her husband and 2 kids is commendable. In her work, she is a dedicated professional who serves the needs of her patients with extreme knowledge and skill. With no further ado, I'm pleased to pass the gavel and welcome your new AACVPR president, Dr. Amy Knight. Congratulations. The AACVPR is in great hands with Amy leading us. She will be a phenomenal president. It's been an honor to serve alongside you and work so closely with you over the last year. I wish you all the best.
Thank you. Wow, what an impressive year. What a great conference this has been. I want to extend my sincere thanks to Dean for his leadership and vision for this year, to the entirety of the AACVPR Board of Directors, and all of you, those of you in volunteer and leadership roles, those of you who are just members and participants at the meeting this year, and for those of you who have a vision of serving our patients and doing the good work of what we do day in and day out. I actually don't have a specific list of thank yous or mentors that I want to run through because it is just simply too many people, and there are so many that I don't know yet, and people that I know who are doing this amazing work. So thank you to all of you, and keep up the good work. I look forward to the tremendous honor of being AACVPR's president this year, and will do my measured best to keep this work going and to meet all of the goals of the organization as we carry on in these difficult times. So let me tell you a little bit more about myself. I am a clinical psychologist. I work at the University of Alabama at Birmingham in PM&R, and also do consulting work for the Cardiac and Pulmonary Rehab Program within our Spain Rehab Center. As you may be able to tell, I am not a native Southern girl. I am solidly that Midwestern girl next door, and moved to Birmingham about 15 years ago. My first involvement with AACVPR was almost immediately with my first job in the Spain Rehab Center. They needed a psychologist to help with wellness and stress management classes, and Chris Schumann got me involved with my first annual meeting, and I have been hooked ever since. And I want to say how much it has been a tremendous change in my life and of value both professionally and personally. This organization has meant so much to me, which is why it is such an honor to have been on the board, to have been in the different work groups and task forces that I've been involved in, and to be able to continue the mission of this organization. The work that you do, that you have shared with me, is appreciated, and I will dedicate everything I have this year to make sure this organization is successful. A little bit more about me personally. I'm married, I have 2 kids. My daughter Addie is going to be 20 this year. She's also going to the University of Alabama. My son Dexter is 12. That is who the tater tots are for. And my husband Jonathan. We have all transitioned to this healthier lifestyle, in part because of what I have learned and how I have seen it be so valuable to my patients and to myself. Just a little side note, Dean lied about the board dinners being healthy. They will have a cheese platter and meat and alcohol. So I will do my best to make sure there are vegetables represented and everybody stays well hydrated. We started this year's annual meeting off with a keynote panel on health equity and promoting inclusion in our practices. I want to let the organization membership know that that is my commitment for the rest of the year as well, that we will continue this good work of thinking about how we do better, how we can foster an inclusive clinic, how we can be kind and caring to our patients, but also mindful of disparities that we maybe don't always think about or see. The board of AACVPR is committed to this challenge and the cause. We are incorporating health equity goals as part of the strategic plan this year, and we'll be looking at creating a health equity experts group that comprises of key members from all of the AACVPR standing committees and task forces. AACVPR is committed to this mission and requires all of our attention and efforts. So please join me in welcoming this new era and being part of AACVPR in our health equity goals. Thank you.